Good morning, welcome to Policing TV here in Staffordshire with Inspector Sion Hathaway. Sion, we're on the top of a building here overlooking the motorway. Tell us exactly where we are, if you would.
Yeah, so we're on the top of the National Highways building that we share with National Highways, which is on the M6 at Stafford, just south of Junction 14.
And Sion, you lead roads policing here in Staffordshire, having spent a number of years in Staffordshire Police. Indeed, when you first joined the road policing unit, I believe, there was a joint venture with West Midlands Police.
Right, yeah, so my role at the moment, I'm the inspector that oversees the 24/7 aspect of Staffordshire, the Staffordshire Police Road Crime Team. Before that, so I was, as a PC, I was a roads policing officer, so I was a police motorcyclist sort of 25 or so years ago, and then in 2007 I went on to the Central Motorways Policing Group as a sergeant, passed the inspector's process, was very fortunate in that I was able to remain with Central Motorways Police Group, and then just a few weeks ago came back to Staffordshire as part of the new Staffordshire Road Crime Team.
So I have to ask, is this the career that you hoped for in policing when you first joined?
I don't know really. I thought I'd probably be Chief Constable or something like that by now, but I think when I look back on my career, I think I've been blessed. I've had a great career. To have a career of I would say probably 25 of my 29 years have been in roads policing, so I've just been really lucky. I've worked with some really good people, I've had some great times, so I have got no regrets and 99% good memories.
Well, you say about Chief Constable, I for one would not be keen on being a Chief Constable. My impression is that you are the chief of your domain here in roads policing in Staffordshire, and that seems to me to be a pretty good job to have.
It's a brilliant job. So we've got 4 teams, 24-hour roads policing officers who have got all the kit, the training, the equipment to go out and go and disrupt the people who are out there causing harm, people who are out there driving badly, people who are out there committing crime 24 hours a day, and I think it's just the best job going.
So for this first video, and we'll record either 2 or 3, this first video, I'd like to understand the process that West Midlands and Staffordshire went through in unwinding the Central Motorways Policing Group. So there was a collaboration between the two forces, which for various reasons was unwound. So let's start by just saying more for our audience, UK and international, about CMPG, the Central Motorways Policing Group, and that collaboration. How did that work, and when did it start being unwound?
So CMPG, I think, is probably one of the longest standing and most recognised collaboration brands in policing. It was formed, I believe, in the early 90s, and at one point it was a 4-force collaboration, so every West Midlands force was involved, so West Midlands, Warwickshire, Staffordshire, West Mercia Police. Since I think 2018 it was a 2-force collaboration between Staffordshire and West Midlands Police, and CMPG were responsible for policing the motorway network in those 2 force areas. In the last couple of years, a decision was made by chief officers in both forces to very amicably and very mutually or mutually agree on splitting the collaboration and bringing those resources back into the police force, back into the individual forces. So what that means is we've still got the same commitment to policing the motorways. Motorways are really busy roads, they're critical national infrastructure. If anything goes wrong on a motorway, not only does it place people in danger, it causes harm to the economy. So Staffordshire and West Midlands Police still dedicate resources to policing the motorways. We still work collaboratively, but in withdrawing from the collaboration, what that's meant is those resources that were perhaps from Staffordshire and West Midlands policing 2 force areas now primarily policing their own force area. So in Staffordshire on a daily basis we have dedicated motorway patrols. At the same time we have a number of dedicated roads policing units who are tasked to areas off the motorway. So it could be anywhere in the county where we're having issues. It could be It could be an issue with burglary, it could be an issue with antisocial behaviour, it could be an issue with poor driving. Whilst I have many really good years on the CMPG as a sergeant, as an inspector, we're looking forward now, we're moving forward as a single force, but at the same time, when operational circumstances call for it, we still work in collaboration, whether that's with West Midlands Police, Cheshire Police, West Mercia Police, any force that supports us.
Let's come back to those ongoing collaborations and close working. What I'm interested in just unwrapping a little further is, and there are plenty of instances where this happens outside roads policing, where policing jurisdictions find that their needs, maybe sometimes for political reasons, sometimes otherwise, are looking to unwind arrangements, and how that goes about. So it was an amicable parting, if you like. You were very much involved on the Staffordshire side in those changes to arrangements. How did those changes go, and were there any elements of them that you feel offer some learning for others as to how those arrangements can suitably be unwound?
Well, I think first and foremost, when you're implementing changes like this, what's got to be top of your main priority is that there cannot be any detriment to operational policing. So fundamentally, we've still got to be able to keep the public safe, we've still got to be able to disrupt criminals. So first and foremost, we had to make sure it was done, and that the motorways and the main roads were still getting that same level of policing. In terms of learning, it was just then there were a lot of almost administrative functions, because essentially bringing a lot of police officers that were based in the West Midlands or based in Staffordshire but on West Midlands police systems, bringing them back into Staffordshire, putting them back on Staffordshire systems, and that's created a lot of headaches, a lot of work, but none of that has been to the detriment of operational frontline policing. We've had to split assets between the forces, but again, that was done really amicably, really sensibly, and in just a really grown-up way. My colleagues in West Midlands Police are the same as me. They just want to get out there and arrest the bad guys and keep people safe. So
the motorways in the UK and elsewhere in the world are a key way for the criminal fraternity to move quickly between jurisdictions. So you may have criminals, I'm sure you don't have too many in Staffordshire, well, I hope you don't have too many based in Staffordshire, but you may have criminals moving through Staffordshire, you may have criminals coming to Staffordshire using the motorway network. How does the collaboration between you and your neighbouring forces now work?
We've got one of the busiest motorways in the country out here, so we get lots of criminals moving through the county, and we work very well with our colleagues across force borders, say whether that be south onto the West Midlands and north onto Cheshire, and operationally it's not like the Wild West, where you get to the county boundary and all of a sudden you put your brakes on because you can't go across it. If we have to go into other force areas to locate the people that we're trying to get, then we'll do that. We do that, and on a several times a week we'll work together with West Midlands Police, Cheshire Police, West Mercia Police off towards the west. So yeah, we are very much we have to do it. There's no alternative. If we want to catch the bad guys, we've got to work with our colleagues in our surrounding police forces.
Fascinating account of the Central Motorway Policing Group, of the changes that have been taken since its disbandment, and of your current role and that of your colleagues here in Staffordshire and your roads policing unit. So for the time being, Inspector Sion Hathaway, thank you very much indeed for your time.